Happy Sunday, everybody. I'm KHOU 11 meteorologist Pat Cavlin here, just with an update on your forecast for the rest of Mother's Day. So far, it's been a decent day. We've had a couple of downpours and storms roll through the area, but right now, the bulk of the activity well north of the area. So most of us are actually looking pretty dry at the moment. It's really humid, though, and a lot of clouds still out there. But even though it looks like rain, most areas are dry for the moment. We are watching a couple of spotty pop-up showers develop, mainly to the north and west of the city. This is going to be the spot that we keep the closest eye on as we go through the next few hours for any potential development. The city, though, is dry for the moment. Coastal spots are dry as well. The warm front is draped pretty much across southeast Texas at the moment. Houston is on the warm and muggy side of things. Once you go to the north, though, it's humid, but it's not as bad as it is south of the front. But it's that warm front that has acted to initiate all these big storms well to our north. So this is where the biggest flooding threat is going to be as we go through the rest of the evening, just outside of the area. But we will need to watch to see if any of these storms back build into this area, north and west of the city. And again, you can see a few popcorn showers developing there. We'll see if they actually really start to get going or not, but that's the spot that we'll be watching carefully here as we go through the next few hours. There's Future Track, and it doesn't really do too much with these showers. Notice, it picks up on them pretty well, but we don't see them explode into big downpours or big training thunderstorms, which is good news. Still keeps the majority of activity off towards the north and east, and some of that could back build into Polk, San Jacinto, Liberty counties. Again, we'll keep an eye on that because these areas are very sensitive to any rainfall right now thanks to the flooding they got just a couple of weeks ago. But as we go through the evening, again, showers most likely north of the city. I think coastal spots are going to be okay around 7, 8, and 9 o'clock. This is what we had kind of said yesterday would be the case, that the coastal spots would be the driest and that we would be keeping an eye on areas to the north. Good news, though, northern areas really have not been clobbered today as much as the models kind of suggested they could be, which is, again, great news, and we hope that continues to be the case here as we go through the rest of the overnight. Now, one or two storms could develop, like this rogue cell up towards the Huntsville area that comes out of Washington County later this evening. We will be watching those carefully because any storms that can get going do have the potential to become severe, and we do have a tornado watch in effect for parts of the area. That goes through 7 p.m., and that includes Montgomery County, Waller County, Harris County, Liberty, Polk, San Jacinto, again, till 7 p.m. And this is where we could see maybe one or two isolated spin-up tornadoes, again, if a storm gets severe. So first you need a storm to develop, then you need it to get severe, and then if all the conditions are right, that severe storm could produce a tornado. So it's a pretty small chance, but still the possibility is there. Storms could also produce very large hail over 2 inches in diameter, and we could see maybe some damage and wind gusts as well. I think the chance is low, but the atmosphere is primed in a way that, again, if a storm develops, it could happen. So that's why that watch is in effect. Flood watch also in effect. This goes through tomorrow morning. This is for the northern areas, so Grimes, Montgomery, Walker, Polk, San Jacinto, and the northern half of Liberty County. This is where we could see, again, a couple of inches of rain exacerbate the flooding situations that we had there a few weeks ago. So the ground there is still very saturated, so that's why that flood watch is in effect. So this is the severe outlook for today. The rest of this evening, again, it's from the city and points north that we're under a level 2 out of 5, 5 being the worst for, again, the threats that I just outlined, an isolated tornado, some hail, some wind. Tomorrow, that threat includes everybody. And now you notice that we have this black kind of screen across the area, these hatch marks. That indicates where you could see significant hail development. We're talking about very large hail with any supercells that could develop as we get into tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. Here's a look at Future Track for Monday. This is brand new model information. By the afternoon, maybe a couple of showers start to get going, but it's these storms, these individual discrete storms that start to pop up that could lead to the potential maybe for some very, very large hailstones. We're talking 2, 3, maybe 4 inches in diameter, some damaging winds, and again, a low-end chance for a tornado potential. And that threat will continue possibly into the evening hours. The models are having a very hard time kind of pinpointing what tomorrow is going to look like. So take that with a grain of salt. But the bottom line, the idea is very similar to today. If a storm can get going, it could get severe in a hurry. And then I think as we get towards tomorrow night, everything should start to wrap up and we look a lot nicer as we get into Tuesday. So there are the severe threats for Monday. Damaging winds, large hail, the two primary threats, both in the medium category. The tornado threat is low, but it's not zero. And same with street flooding. I don't think the flooding issue is going to be as pronounced as it was today, but still, again, if you get one storm forming over the same area for a long period of time, it doesn't take much, especially with how saturated the ground is. So that's the latest on your forecast for this evening. We're going to do a deeper dive on the latest with this as we get into the 5:30 show, KHOU 11 News at 5:30, and we'll also, of course, have your 7-day forecast, and we'll be doing updates for the rest of the evening if anything else pops up. But that's what we got for you right now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.